Well, good morning, everyone. And thank you so much for joining me today at Juanette's Crafting Corner for my Quick Tip Thursday. And this is episode number 62. In today's video, I want to show you a solution I came up with to keep a journaling card or a tag falling through a belly band. You know, sometimes you have a belly band and the journaling card will fall through. Well, I've come up with a solution on how to fix that. So in today's video, I'm going to work with Medieval Mirage's new kit. It's called Fresco Fragments. And so this is actually a design team project. So let's first start with cutting down a journaling page and deciding where we will put the belly band. I hope everyone is well. In my last video, I talked to you about getting sick at the retreat, and I ended up having to go to the doctor because I spiked a fever and I wanted to make sure I didn't have a pneumonia. They did do a chest x-ray. I have not gotten the results back from it, but she did go ahead and start me on an antibiotic. And so I've had 2 doses, and the difference between today and 2 days ago is amazing in how I feel. I feel so much better. So this is what we're going to use for our journaling page. And even though this is pretty plain, I like it. So let's put a belly band across here. What I thought we might use is just some lace. I like putting lace down for my belly bands. They just look pretty. Now that one's kind of light there, so I'm going to come over here and pull my little, what's in my box, and pull out a darker one and see if we can find one. Yeah, I feel definitely much better. I'm still doing the breathing treatments. Let's do that. I like that. My breathing treatments and steroids and all of that. And then the other thing, so I've had this dry, patchy area on my left ear for 8 months, 9 months. It's terrible. I know it's been a long time. And I knew it's more than likely going to be a little skin cancer. And I finally today, said, okay, you got to make an appointment and you've got to go see a dermatologist and get that taken care of. So yeah, I saw a dermatologist today, and so they did a little biopsy. I don't know what the results are yet, but she found a couple of other spots on my face, and she says, I think they're small enough, they're precancerous, and they're small enough to where we can just do a cream to try to get rid of those. So to adhere this lace down, I'm going to put a little bit of my Beacon's 3-in-1 glue on the edge here. And that should hold it down. So you know, here in Arizona, where the sun is shining close to 365 days a year, I would bet we probably have only a total of probably 5 total days where the sun's not shining. So our incidence of skin cancers are definitely higher. So let's spread that out just a little bit. This is another little quick tip. If you don't have one of these little, I think they're little makeup um, spatulas, get yourself one. It helps push glue down and hold it in place. So what we're going to do is just put that off to the side and let that dry while we work on our tag. And so the tag that I've decided to use again is from Jack's Kit. And what I've done is I've printed it off on paper, but then I also printed it off on vellum. That's something new that I'm also doing that I think is fun and different. So let's trim this down. And I've decided I'm going to use this image right here. So I'm not going to cut down the other ones yet. And I'm just going to come in here with my scissors and trim the rest of the way around this. I may have mentioned that when I do print on vellum, what I have to do is take some temporary adhesive, and if you'll indulge me for just a minute, I will get it so you guys can see it. It's this stuff. It's Tombow removable adhesive, and it's a tape runner, and all I do is run some of this on plain copy paper, and then I put a piece of vellum over the top of it and adhere it, and then that helps it at least feed into my printer. Otherwise, my printer will not take vellum. So that's a little trick for you guys too if you have problems getting vellum to go through your printer. I'm just going to ink up a little bit here. You guys can probably hear just still a tiny little bit of frogginess in my throat. I'm going to have to get on the scale. I may have lost a couple of pounds because the other thing is I just have not felt like eating. The only thing I feel like eating is fresh fruit. And then today I stopped by a place called Salad and Go. I don't know if you guys have those in your area, but literally all they have are salads. It's a drive-through, and they probably have maybe, I don't know, 6 or 7 different salads that you can get. They're huge salads. And so I drove through there today and I picked up a couple for Pascal, and I have definitely not felt like eating anything. Now this is another thing that I do, you guys. So when I need to back tags, because I don't want that whiteness to show, I trim down the tag, or 3 of the tags, all 3 of them. I figure if I'm going to back something, I'm going to back 3 of them. It makes it easier. So I back all 3. I cut around the 3 of them. Sorry, my words are just not coming. And then I figure I'm going to back all 3 of them at once. And then I have a little piece of coffee dyed paper there. And then if I cut it down, then if I run my glue all the way to the edge, then when I finish cutting the tag around there, there's going to be glue there. So that's another little tip that I do. And this glue stick is done. She is finished here. maybe get a little bit. I may have to grab the small one. Yeah, that one's done. I will grab this small one here to finish, because otherwise I'm going to have to go digging in the drawers to get a bigger one. Well, you know what? You guys, this is so crazy. This glue stick is also completely gone. Sorry, I gotta go get glue sticks. Oh. Well, since I had to get a glue stick, might as well get a small one and a big one. I just want to make sure that there's more than enough glue here. So this morning I woke up at 5:30 and I did all my breathing treatments and what have you. Took what medicines I needed to take, laid back down and slept until 10 o'clock. It felt so good, you guys, to get that much good sleep without coughing. So then there's my coffee dyed paper, and if I just lay this over the top, then there definitely has got to be glue on all of those sides. And it's so funny, you know, dogs know when you're not feeling well. My sweet little Miss Fiona, well, she's laying right here by my side right now. She is, especially when I turn on that breathing, that SVN machine. It's called a small volume nebulizer. You put medication in, and it's like a peace pipe almost that you breathe through, and it helps open up your airways. But she knows when I pull that out, she gets kind of scared. Ooh, look at that! What am I doing? That was this was in my papers to throw away, but or just to use as glue pages. But no, isn't that a stunning image? Okay, we're gonna put that aside. I need to look at this book better. I'll do it at another time, but that was a pretty image. I'm like, what the heck am I doing using that as a glue page to throw away? That was really nice. Okay, back on track here, sister. Okay, so now let's cut these out. And then when I was at the dermatologist's office, we were doing a follow-up appointment for this little ear thing I have. She, like I said, she biopsied it. She'll let me know what the biopsy shows, but she found a couple other little small skin cancers that she said, well, we'll just order a special lotion for you to put on your face a couple of times a day, and that will take care of them. They're really small, probably precancerous. And so we were doing the follow-up visit for after I've done that treatment for 2 weeks. She said, well, will you do it for 2 weeks, and then we'll let it heal. We'll see what it looks like. So I'll see you in about a month. So I was doing my appointment for the month out, and my trip to Scotland is literally just around the corner. I'm so excited about that trip. So that's another thing. I have got to get over being sick. I got too much traveling to do there, guys. Okay, let's cut this out. And it was funny. I was talking to my daughter, who is very health conscious, exercises a lot, and but it was interesting. I'll go back to my daughter in just a second. But first of all, so the dermatologist told me, don't go out in the sun. And I said, oh, I never go out in the sun at all. And then I said, and she goes, oh, good. I said, but I know you probably should for like 20 minutes a day for your vitamin D level. She said, actually, no. We prefer, at least this is what she said, this was her advice. She said, I would prefer you take a pill to get your vitamin D and stay completely out of the sun. Now, I don't know if she says that to all the patients or it was just me personally at my age or whatever. But I thought, wow, that's interesting. I thought you needed a little bit of sun. She said, no, I'd rather you take a pill to get vitamin D. I was telling my daughter about it. She's extremely health conscious. And she said, well, I don't believe that at all. And it made me kind of laugh because I thought, oh, yeah, okay. So we have this woman who's gone to medical school, and this is her specialty. Now, sometimes I've thought about putting it on there like that, but then it makes it look almost blurry, But if I put it here, you're still able to journal here, but it doesn't make it blurry. So I'm going to attach it here. So anyway, yeah, I thought, oh yeah, that's funny, daughter. We got a woman who's gone to medical school and her specialty is skin, but you know more. I'm not worried. My daughter does not watch my videos, so I'm not going to get in trouble with my daughter. I wonder if she's ever watched any video. I bet not. Her eyes glaze over when I talk about journal making and stuff like that. She has no interest whatsoever. So I'm going to paper clip that like that. And then I'm going to bring in my crocodile and let's use it to punch the hole. Come on. I had locked it for traveling purposes. I do have another one. I'm going to put this aside. What I've decided to do instead of the crocodile, let's use this Euro punch. One. And let's glue it first. And then we'll use the Euro punch. Just glue the top here. And then I'll be able to punch it. I'll need to let it dry just a little bit, but yeah. So that's what's going on with me. Not a heck of a lot, but I'm so happy. I'm feeling so much better. Okay, and then I want to find some fabric to go through this up at the top. These are all the scraps of fabric that I had taken to the retreat. And so let's see if we can find something in here while that is drying. That's kind of nice. That's Tim Holtz. I think all of this is actually pretty much Tim Holtz, except for that very top part there. I do have some Roxy Creations fabric. I don't think I want that. That yellow may look pretty. What does the entire page look like? Let's pull it in. We'll set that off to the side. We'll see what we want. I hope everyone is doing well. Pascal's at work right now. I should be getting my new Tim Holtz fabric in soon. The orange is kind of pretty too. We might do that. The new color is going to be teal. So, and then pinks, of course. You can't go wrong with pinks. Yeah, the pinks are really nice. I think that's better than the orange. That orange it doesn't stick out very much on the paper here. So let's look and see what pink I have. Some floral. It's not long enough. This one would be long enough. Let's just tear off a strip of it. Somebody at the retreat gave us this too. This tool. Oh, you know what? They've cut it in circles. Huh. Well, I wonder what they were doing with that, but it's all in circles. If you've never been to a retreat, you're missing out because they are fun. People are so generous in wanting to share their supplies with you. We will try both of these here and see which one we like the best, the pink or the yellow. And then this may be dry enough. I'm like, did I glue my... It's doubled and it got stuck here. I can see right where it's stuck up in there, and then it's not releasing. It won't let my tag come through without ripping it. Oh, shoot. If need be, may have to grab a pair of hemostats to pull that out. There we go. Oh, there. Okay, so we're good. Didn't tear it up completely. It's cockeyed, but I think once I get the ribbon or the fabric through there, it will be okay. Or we could maybe even do both of them. The yellow. Let's go with the yellow. What I like to do is run the fabric through and then kind of turn it, and then so it's still, you can see it on the other side also. You know, both sides are showing up. And then what I do is glue it down. So what I will pick one side up and put a little glue there and hold it down so it stays in the right spot. And then I can flip this over and do it this way. That kind of helped hide that cockiness of the punch there. Do I need to do more? That almost doesn't look like it's thick enough. Let's add this too, and let's see what happens. Let's see if we go this way. We're just fiddling here, sisters. Let's just fiddle and see what. Nope, that doesn't look good. I just almost feel like it needs to be bigger. That doesn't, it doesn't look quite like it's enough. Do I have more yellow here? It's different yellow. I don't think I have any more of that one yellow with the flowers cut up right here. I think it just needs a bigger piece, you guys. Here it is. Isn't that pretty fabric? Like believe me, I have enough. What I did is, because once this is sold, each color scheme, it's gone. You're not going to get it anymore. So for myself personally, I have held back 3 of the fat quarter fabrics of each of the Tim Holtz for myself. So I'm definitely not going to run out of fabric for me. That over to the side. It just feels like it just is not big enough. Let's see what happens if I add a second piece here. If that helps it or hinders it. You're going to make a lot of fabric there, but I do think it looks a little bit better, you guys. What do you think? You think I'm overdoing it? But I just don't. I really don't. I think, and because it's already glued down, I can't pull that other one off, I don't think, without ripping. Oh yeah, I can. Okay, we're just going to pull that one off, and we're going to use this bigger piece. Yeah, just need it to be a little bit thicker. And actually, let's see if tying it in a bow would help. You guys are probably thinking, would you get on with showing us what the quick tip is? I obviously haven't showed that yet. And I've pulled way too much, but that's okay because I can always use a small little scrap like that somewhere. Have that like that, and then we're going to pull this and have it like this. Okay. Yeah, I think that looks much better. Don't you guys? Yeah. Okay, so then what you could do is just kind of fold this over, and then somebody would know that you lift that up and you could write there. Okay, so then it will go in here. Now, one of two things. You could just let it stay like that, and it will obviously fall down. So this is my quick tip. when you're holding the book up, this falls down and it doesn't stay put. So I've come up with an idea to remedy that. And what it is you just take a scrap of paper, anything, and I'm going to look here for my scraps of my digital kits here. Let's pull in a scrap. And I like to use my stronger scraps. See, that wouldn't be bad. We're just going to use that right there. This is printed off on my heavier Epson paper. And let's just pull in my small little paper cutter. And so what you're going to do is cut a 1 inch by 1 inch square, and you're going to need a couple of them. So we'll lay that there. And then we'll go 1 inch this way. Maybe I'll be able to get both of them out of this one scrap here. I hope so. I think I will. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be able to. Okay. So you have 2 1 inch scraps. And so if you fold them corner to corner, you're going to have a triangle. So we'll do that on both of them. We have a little bit of overhang there. And just a tiny bit there too. And then I'm going to glue down the corner so that it stays adhered. And then you're going to want to decide where you want your tag. Let's bring our tag in a little bit closer. And you know me, I want centered and even. So I think that's a pretty good spot right there. So what you're going to do is take these 2 triangles and you're going to put a little bit of glue on 2 of the edges. So just a thin little layer there and a thin little layer there. And then you're going to lay it right where you want to hold down the tag. And let's do the same here on this side. It's pretty over there. I don't think it much matters which side it's on. So here we've got a little bit of glue here and a little bit of glue there. And then lift this up, lay that right in there. And so now our tag will not move when I hold the page up. So see how that is? So you guys, that is my quick tip for today. And when you want to pull out the tag and write on it, you still can without any problem. But you can either do it like this. I kind of like that where both of the laces, the lace shows. Although because this sticks up now, kind of hard for that to slide in there, but I think I like it better. See, I got to turn it this way so I can push down. Come on. You may have to pull up on it. There you go. Okay. Yeah, I think that's, I think I like that better where the vellum isn't over the lace, because that is beautiful lace. I think I bought that in Italy. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for joining me today for Quick Tip Thursday, and I will see you on Saturday for Slow Stitch Saturday. I'm going to be working on my journal again, my journal for my Still Life project. Thanks, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.